Hey everybody, what is going on? I'm here with my boys PD and Cal. Say what's up, gents.
Yo.
Ready to rock.
All right, that's what I like to hear because today we're going to watch one of the hottest, off the chain, beats all Book of Boba Fett trailer that was dropped. This show is coming out on December 29th, and this is going to be telling us a little bit about what happened with Boba Fett when he went over and took over Jabba's palace. Oh my goodness. So, Selector, play it. See the excitement in his actions? Oh yeah.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise.
I love the stuff the officer. Age he gives it.
I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer. Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
Fennec Shine looks good.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
Can't take it from Boba.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Oh yeah, baby.
Please, speak freely.
Ah! Off the chain! Big gunshot! Block, 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 block! Oh my goodness, bro! Off the chain, off the chain. I mean, hey, I don't want to say what I think because I'm keeping my ideas to myself generally. So I'm going to pass it on to my boy Petey. I just want to just give a quick, like this is coming after The Mandalorian. You know, The Mandalorian, we all know we love that series, two seasons. We saw hints of it from the very first season where, you know, some unknown stranger shows up to save Fennec Shine. We see him in the second season when he comes back and beats up some bad people going after our boy, The Mandalorian. But here we see him now. He's had his own series. This is not replacing the Mandalorian. This is just, you know, his own story. What happens with Boba? And if some of you have been reading, it's a little different. But if you're reading the comics, you have the War of the Bounty Hunters. But you know, this has always been a very popular character. Popular characters from when he sure showed up in the movies. And it's just great that the team from Filoni have finally showed a character that people actually love. I'm glad that they're showing this in the TV shows. Fortunately, it was never done in the movies, but it was done in the books. And now they're bringing back some of the hotness. You know, all I'm gonna say. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut PD off. PD, what's your take?
No, you just wanted to talk. That's
Let's cut him off. You never let him speak.
Your lead-in will be this XY, this long. But I mean, yeah, let's see what happens. That's all I can really say about it. It looks interesting. I always wanted to see, when they first said The Mandalorian, I always wanted to see, since the comic books, the Dark Horse stuff had kind of brought back Boba and allowed him to do some more adventures and whatnot. So, you know, and then of course, obviously the first series kind of did Django kind of bad. So I was glad this actor, I was a fan of his from Once Were Warriors. It seemed like George Lucas was looking, when he was doing his prequels, he was just looking at all of the indie talent, Ewan McGregor, was it Timora Morrison, all these guys. And then all their indie projects, and just kind of saying, let's put all these guys in my movie. You know, and it didn't necessarily work out that great, but you know, he's definitely a standout from his early, you know, his indie work. So yeah, it looks good. Let's see it.
Also, he was in Xena Warrior Princess, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. And a whole bunch of other New Zealand actors.
Wouldn't be surprised he showed up in Lord of the Rings too. So Cal, what is your take on this, one of the best looking shows to come out for the year? What's your take on
What?
this?
I'm trying to remember if he was in Lord of the Rings. Anyway, this is the fruition of years of guys pushing Boba Fett to the forefront, even though he had done just about absolutely nothing overall. This is a guy who came over, and I mean, he's everything that Hollywood wants in a character. All right, he's got the armor. They love guys in armor. They just love it. Since King Arthur, these guys just want these dudes in armor. He's got no face, so he can be anybody. He barely talks, but he's efficient. And then he's this grand enigma. He does something that's pretty cool where he traps Han, where he's actually the guy who catches Han Solo. And we knew how resourceful Han Solo was at the end of the day. And then, of course, we want to see, Han get even in Return of the Jedi because he's got to face off against Boba Fett. We want to see that. So, we had some really nice turns of him in those two films, but they're so slight, so small, and yet the love for that character was immense. Now, you will never know how immense that love was going by the films because he turned out so many books and so many comic books. He sold so many Star Wars magazine covers. It's phenomenal how this guy with just such a small turn in the films became such a popular character. I was bringing this up with someone else, like Gambit from the X-Men. Gambit from the X-Men, is a key book and it's worth a lot of money. But Gambit hasn't really done too much to really deserve that. Guys just tend to like him, and that's driven the price. Boba Fett, totally different thing. Okay, totally different thing. This guy made his bones by being interesting with the short. I mean, he stole the show with just short amount of time, and then just went on to be the face of a lot of covers of Star Wars to a certain extent. Just a really great character. So now we're going to get to see Boba Fett front and center. He's got this, he's got the limelight on him. He's got the spotlight, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do. He's been a character of such interest for decades now, and he's finally getting his own. He's finally getting his own show. He's finally going to get a chance to show and prove. I'm really looking forward to it.
I mean, I couldn't say anything less. Cal, shockingly, that's like one of your best reviews ever. I keep up the good work. That's all I gotta tell you. I appreciate it very much. I mean, I'm glad when we are all group minds, group link, and if we come, this type of kumbaya continues, it only helps for our subscribers and our viewers to say, hey, this is a good show. And I think there's nothing that's going. Disney is shooting on all cylinders. Disney Plus is probably going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, streaming channel before this whole thing is over, when they start dropping everything.
It's still trying to get there. It's kind of stalled, huh? Oh, look at that laugh. There we go. He understands it finally.
Well, they had Disney. I was saying they had Disney Plus Day the other day, and when they said the Disney Plus is only its second year, I was like, really? It feels like these guys have been out there forever.
I know.
So it's pretty much what Netflix and Disney Plus, and Netflix has a ton of content. So that's saying a lot that Disney's come over here and made such, it has grabbed up so much of the share, even though Netflix is definitely still top dog at the end of the day. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, without a doubt. I mean, Netflix is definitely still number one, but we all know Disney is like number two. It's just blowing things up.
Is it number two? Did they revealed any of those numbers yet? They're saying that they're not ready to. They're not.
They're pretty much, yeah. I mean, they can be coy about the whole thing, but it's them. There's nobody else. I mean, you got a whole bunch of you can say there's a whole bunch of people vying for third, depending on what week it is and what comes out.
Well, the thing is, I think Disney has a buzz now because they got a bunch of trailers, but I'm not sure outside of me watching. I think it was Doogie Howser and what's that other thing that same girl was in? She was in some sort of like a Harry Potter sort of thing, but I haven't watched much else since the drop off of the movie. So what are you guys watching on there? That's
on what?
Disney Plus.
Bro, all the Marvel, baby.
That's all. We had a drought. What's happening now? Like the show. What are you watching? Huh?
You watch all the Marvel, all the Star Wars.
You're saying you're rewatching the Marvel? I at least gave you a couple of shows. All right, let's move. All right, we got it. Thanks, guys.
Yo, Spinnerack?
Out.